With all this grim news on the economy and the job ahead, how are Americans feeling about their president-elect right about now? Tonight we have the answer as we debut the numbers from a brand new NBC News Wall Street Journal poll. Here with more, our chief White House correspondent and political director, Chuck Todd. And Chuck, the news is good for Team Obama.
It is good, and when you think about the last 3 weeks, he's actually had a tough 3 weeks. He came to Washington, he's had some fights with Congress, he lost a cabinet secretary designate, he's had this Blagojevich scandal, and yet none of it has touched him. He is Teflon. He is in the middle of a big honeymoon. Barack Obama's positive rating sits at 66%. That is enormously high. The approval for his transition at 71%. And here's a number you and I talked about in detail today. The feelings toward Obama, not only people that like his policies and like him, that's 55%. Okay, that number isn't a surprise, but look at this one. 22% tell us they really like him, even if they don't agree with his policies. Having that type of positive personality is going to allow him to sell a lot of tough things over time. But I tell you, it is a depressed electorate or that we talk to as well. More than 74% tell us that they believe this recession isn't going to end in a year. Only 24% have a positive outlook on the economy. The stimulus package that we've all heard so much about that Obama's offered up, 43% say it's a good idea, 27% say it's a bad idea. That 43% number may seem low, but when you test individual parts of the stimulus package, it's very popular. It's the idea of a big government bailout because of the financial bailout that scares some voters. And finally, we end with the outgoing president. We compared how the country feels today about George W. Bush to how the country felt in 1993 about his father. His father got thumped at the electorate, at the ballot box, and yet he left with a 2-to-1 positive rating. 52% had a positive feeling to him when Bill Clinton was coming into office. George W. Bush, not so much. 31% right now have a positive feeling to him. 58% have a negative feeling.
All makes for an interesting backdrop when you and I next see each other in Washington next Tuesday. Chuck Todd, as always, thanks for the new numbers tonight.